friends, welcome back to my channel, Planty Princess 92. My name's Ashley, and today I am going to be potting up my variegated money tree. So I've done a video on how to care for this particular plant, both the variegated and the green form. And unfortunately, the way I got this plant, it was potted up with the standard green form. And because of that, it was overwatered because the variegated form needs less water than the green form since it doesn't photosynthesize and produce as much energy as the green form does, being that it's variegated. So it didn't absorb as much of the water as the green form did, and the trunk rotted completely away. Luckily for me, I had already taken this cutting to root before I noticed that was happening. So it was really kind of just out of luck that I still have one of these plants today. So I rooted this in sphagnum moss, and for the past few days have been keeping it in just water because I've been waiting to pot this up into some Leca. Because it didn't do well in soil and it rooted very nicely and grew these two new leaves while it was rooting in sphagnum, I am going to grow it semi-hydroponically because I feel like it would do a lot better than it did in soil, at least for me. And from my experience of rooting this in the sphagnum, it grew really well. So I will continue to grow it in Leca because I just think it's going to grow really nicely in Leca. Now, what was really weird about this plant is that the original plant had 6 leaves per branch, I guess. So as you can see on this older leaf, there's 6 of them, but the 2 newest leaves only grew 5, which is so crazy. I wonder what caused that, but either way, both of those new leaves are very nicely variegated, and I'm extremely happy with the way that they grew and turned out. So although they are down one of the fingers, I guess, they really did turn out super nice, super variegated, and I'm extremely excited to see how this plant grows. So rooting it in sphagnum, I did keep the sphagnum very damp. I rooted this in sphagnum while I was in my small grow tent. So it got tons of artificial lighting. It was in a very bright lit room anyways. And I did keep the sphagnum moist with liquid dirt and newt water. So this is what I have so far for roots. And it did turn out pretty nice. Like, that is a pretty decent root system for, starting out. I think it's definitely ready to get potted up, and it will continue rooting in Leca anyways. I didn't want to wait too long to get this potted up because plants grow different roots in soil than they do in Leca. And now these aren't water roots because they were in sphagnum. So I'm not sure I'm not sure if these are closer to soil roots or if they're closer to water roots or Leca roots. But either way, I didn't want to wait too long because I don't want this plant to decline at all while potting it up into Leca while it gets acclimated. So I figured the sooner the better. I think the root system is sufficient enough to handle taking care of this plant while it continues to grow some roots and get established. So let's just get right into it, pot it up. This is just going to be a quick little video, but I'm really excited to share with you the update on this plant, show you how it's currently growing, and pot it up with you guys. So I have a small little 3-inch mesh pot that I'm going to be potting this up in, and I will eventually have to upsize it, obviously, because it is a tree. It will be staying more compact, obviously, but I think a 4-inch pot to start off with is just too big. I don't want to stress it out. So I'm going to go with the 3-inch pot. Maybe a few months down the road, I'll have to repot it to a 4-inch or even a 5-inch. We'll have to see how well the roots grow between then. I'm assuming it won't be till spring that happens, or, summer, because I think it will really boost off in the spring. And it's been doing so well in the humidity of my small grow tent, so I am going to continue to keep it in there. I know Pachira Aquaticas really do like a little bit of a higher humidity because they're naturally in like a swampy area, so it is more humid there. So I'm definitely going to continue to provide it that humidity that I know it likes and that it has been growing well in. And hopefully, being in the Leca, it will continue to grow very well. I'm hoping down the road I can make some more plants out of this, so I can get the braided trunk look that, you know, the money tree as we know it has. And also what would be really awesome is to eventually grow this tree big enough to be a floor plant, because I would love to have like a mega sized variegated money tree just hanging out in the corner back there with some nice grow lights over it, or you know, wherever. It would just look so beautiful, and I would be so pleased and so proud to have grown a plant that big from something so little. It would be awesome. So this is her all finished up. Now I always keep all of my propagations or rooting plants in liquid dirt and newt mixed water. I will also add a little bit of Super Thrive in there because that helps it acclimate better. It's a really great vitamin for acclimating plants when bringing them or introducing any kind of stress to the plant. So I will definitely throw some Super Thrive in there. And I'm going to stay away from the semi-hydroponic vitamins or semi-hydroponic nutrients until she gets a better root system and is more established and acclimated and comfortable being in her new environment. From my experience, it has been better that way, and the plants have done better by waiting to give them those nutrients until they are established. So I'm going to go ahead, keep her in my grow tent. I will fill her to about here with the water and keep her submerged like that throughout the whole time she is growing in Leca. And I will definitely keep you guys updated on my Instagram. So be sure to follow me there so you can see how she grows. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in the content I provide. And as always, every plant's a princess. Bye.